What's up, YouTube? It's Anthony Castillo with you guys. So I wanted to get on here to just give you guys a little bit of a rundown of what's going on as we continue to persist with our channel and just moving forward with what we've so far learned in our journey. So this one right here is called Spiritual Persistence. And look how cool this looks. I don't know if you guys can see that. So spiritual persistence, what exactly does that mean? Oh, he doesn't want to come back. Anyways, so spiritual persistence, technically what that means is that, let's say we are on a project, right? And we are being as persistent as possible within our work and what we're doing and what we are trying to accomplish in, let's say in a month or within a week or within a year. So spiritual persistence has to relate a lot with recognizing whether we're on the right persistence or not. And sometimes we can be kind of left in the loop and not understand if we are actually in that persistence or we're maintaining persistence. And it's hard sometimes, especially when we're in stages of change or stages of regression. Sometimes, I don't know if you guys know about regression analyses, and sometimes that recognizes that manifests itself in behaviors, or even not even that, just communication patterns. But the reason why I wanted to come on here with this idea of persistence is that we have to recognize whether we are persistent in our actions. If we are persistent in what we're doing and completing and how we are affirming ourselves every single day, whether it be, I'm building momentum with my my gratitude journal, or I'm building momentum with my if you have a YouTube channel, posting a video and speaking, good into my life and speaking good into other people's lives. Or I'm not watching TV as much, or maybe I'm putting the phone down when I'm watching a video or watching a YouTube video, stuff like that. So I wanted to just get on here to actually give that idea of spiritual persistence, because we got to be able to be persistent in our ways of thinking and our ways of moving through life in its various stages, right? Now, if we have the same constant patterns of responses, then that's going to show, it's going to be evident, right? Let's say someone likes to eat out a lot and keeps on eating out a lot, and they just keep buying food and eating out a lot. So it becomes this like repetitiveness, right? And now this can be applied to many various things in our lives, right? Let's say we are continuously persistent with scrolling through social media or stuff like that. Well, anyways, guys, I know a lot of us understand these things. A lot of us know this from a very basic life skills, habits in our lives. And the reason I wanted to apply it to a spiritual perspective is because we got to be careful, right? We genuinely have to be careful about certain things, because when we are faced with a challenge out there that someone else is not recognizing their persistence, that might be harmful for someone else, then that's when we know how to find ways to step back and find clarity in ourselves, right? I remember a story where I had to always check in like every single moment with my manager all the time, whether I was updating them every single time, and to the point where I wasn't giving them enough, right? I wasn't giving them enough for them to feel kind of calm in their spirit or calm in their validation. And so and we've encountered all of those people in our lives, right? Where we have to always be checking in. Or if you're in a relationship, that person's always making you feel like you got to check in. Anyways, this talk is about persistence. Let's check our persistence, right? Let's check whether we are actually persisting in the right direction and not going back to those patterns where they're very, very maladaptive and can be detrimental over time. Because when we go back to those patterns, same responses, same, intuitive feelings, or same projections, or same like, oh, I'm gonna use all these rhetorical devices in my mind and just define you as this person. Like that's the wrong persistence. But anyways, guys, I wanted to leave you with that one. Hopefully that just kind of resonates. Hopefully we can become more persistent in the right things, be more spiritually persistent, with how we're moving forward. And if we are moving forward, we can affirm that ourselves, right? For me, this channel has made me realize that every day I come back and watch these videos and realize deep within myself, I have been persistent. I have been responsible. I have been on this congruency in validating my own identity with value, right? Now you're in a job and someone else is not recognizing that because maybe they don't have your channel or maybe they don't have this link. That's their problem, right? And then sometimes we have to get out of that situation enough, fast enough before it, they just create all this, like, remember narratives? Create all these false narratives that are not true, right? They're not true. But anyways, remember to subscribe and I'll catch you in the next one.